Mother's love can't be compartmentalized.
Absolutely.
Right? If your mother is doing this, she's the right mother. If the mother is not doing this, she's not
be the right mother. Today on our show, we have this beautiful lady right here. Her name is Tashmin. So Tashmin, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Tashmin and I am by profession into crunching numbers. So that is chartered accountancy. But my heart is all in the kitchen, making cakes, making good food, and that is what make me sane.
Okay, so Tashmin, you are a mom of two very, very beautiful kids.
Yes.
So their names are Pakhi and Zoe.
Yes.
So why don't you introduce Pakhi and Zoe?
So Pakhi is Pakhi because we liked her name and she's 6 years old, really bubbly, and she does not listen to anyone. That is her USP. And then we have Zoe, who is Zoe from Peppa Pig, Zoe Zebra. That's how his name was.
Yeah, because he's a boy.
Yeah,
and he's Zoe.
Yes, and Pakhi was very confident while I was expecting the second one that it will be a boy. She'll have a baby brother, and his name will be Zoe Zebra. He'll be 2 in September, but he's also ahead of Pakhi in not listening to his mother. So.
I think they are born with that USP. Somehow they have a natural knack.
Yes.
I think we were born with a natural knack to listen to our parents. We don't want to listen to you was never an option.
Yes.
So how do you navigate that?
I think what I've realized is that raising a girl and a boy are very, very different. Pakhi was she was very cute. She used to still listen to us when she was young. Right now we are absorbing those changes that she's not listening to us. And Zoe is definitely well ahead of his time, given that he's the younger one, and younger ones are the smartest and they know how to tackle the situation. Jalebi ki tarah seedhe hote hain na, so that's how I put it.
I'm not going to argue on that. I'm the younger one.
But I think with Pakhi, sometimes it's chaotic, sometimes it's shouting, screaming on top of my voice, and then I feel guilty. There's a lot of hearsay about gentle parenting. But then I realized that even if I continue with that gentle parenting, I will, have to beat myself to a point where I'll definitely go mad.
Yeah.
So that's how it is.
So did you always want to be a mom?
Yes.
And you had already decided from the beginning that you will have two, or
two was always the preference.
What was the feeling that went on inside that probably inspired you to believe that you always wanted to be a mom?
So you always like someone else's kids, not yours. That's one thing which I really want to tell everyone.
True.
But I have always loved kids. There was no pressure per se.
Right.
But I wanted to have kids because I believe with kids, you always have something to look forward to. Ultimately, yes, going forward, they'll find their own path and they'll leave house, they will be in hostel or they'll go for higher education or work or whatever. When I got married, I had that thing in mind that after maybe the first year of marriage, we'll try to have a baby, and the sooner the better, because given that the time at these days people are getting married, and so was I. I think the truth about this biological clock is true. While you are working and not married, we think, we have the whole world to conquer.
Right.
But what I've realized that the old school thing that, you should have kids till 24 or 25, get married early, not because there's some pressure. It's just how your body works. So having a kid at 24 and having a kid at 32 or at 36, your body gives you a lot of
hardships.
Beating.
Yeah.
I would say that way.
True.
So you don't have that energy also to run after them. After you hit 30, you will realize there are a lot of changes when your body, what was your body in 20s versus what is your body in 30s. Although I think each one to its own.
Did you have an arranged marriage or a love marriage?
So it was an arranged setup.
It was an arranged setup. So generally people who go forward with an arranged setup, they have two thought process when they get into this phase of planning a child.
Yeah.
Either it is just get into it and immediately have a child, because you definitely look forward to an entire family together. While the second aspect is that you want to get to know each other better, build that foundation, and then together bring up a child.
Yeah.
Do you feel that there is some value in that too?
Yes, strongly.
Okay, very strongly.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of my friends who are pretty qualified, earning pretty well in terms of, if I talk about financial independence. Like my friend, I know a friend of mine, she she conceived and she did not realize that she has conceived.
Okay.
But I think she had not spent enough time with the family. So the hardships she had faced after she conceived, because yes, your body goes through changes.
Right.
Yes, you need that kind of support.
Right.
Yes, there's a lot more which you expect. But if that is not
Fitting,
matched,
right.
then yes, you are definitely going through that roller coaster. And more than anyone else, I think the husband and wife, they should be like
Together and supportive.
together. Yes, definitely. If they are not together, it'll go down the drain.
Down the drain.
Yeah.
Having said that, I think even though you may spend a lot of time in building that foundation, once the child arrives, is where the reality truly hits.
Yes.
So
It's also after marriage the reality.
very true. Very true.
So
I
when
will
you are
agree to that.
dating or whether you are that this thing, suddenly, like in our profession, we have this joke.
Right.
When you are doing your articleship, unless you are a chartered accountant, you are still in that learning mode.
Yeah.
Once you get that tag, bomb explodes and you should know everything. So that's how it is.
It is.
That's how I put it across.
You are absolutely right. So I think that's probably the first milestone, right?
Yeah.
The reality hits for the first time when you're married.
Yeah.
And you do realize that the dating phase versus being
Yeah.
together 24/7 and the support system that you expect
Yeah.
from each other
Yeah.
changes drastically
Yeah.
when you are actually living together.
Yes. Yes.
Till then, I don't think you believe you have the responsibility to
Yeah.
really support each other. But
Yeah.
when that situation arrives, the moment you're married.
Yeah, true.
So that's, yes, step one, milestone met.
Achieved.
Let's
Tick
call
the
it
box.
that, tick box. And step two is when the baby arrives.
Yeah.
Now a lot of things change, right?
yes.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about what you expected
Yeah.
before the child happens versus how did the reality truly hit? Like what was that change that you felt very strongly before and after?
So I had conceived before Paki also, but it did not go well. Then eventually, when I was expecting Paki, there was also a twin with Paki. But that twin could not survive.
Understood.
So always, one is
Yeah.
stronger, and so I always call Paki a miracle baby that way. When I conceived, I think the first lesson which I have realized during my pregnancy is take care of yourself.
Right.
Do not expect, even if you're expecting and people are not doing that, irrespective, office, house, wherever, because when you're pregnant with the child, a lot of emotions you go through which you don't know how to tackle.
Right.
I have experienced that, at least with Paki. The profession I am in, I was with a company which was not very female centric.
Okay.
This is what I've realized. Like, it was a big brand, but while I was expecting Paki, you expect more empathy.
Of course.
But eventually I realized in 1 month of my conceiving that, dude, you are requesting no, you are always on your own.
Right.
I believe in that. If anyone tells you that, okay, we'll do this for you, no, you have to be active. The first part.
Right.
You have to keep your brain in place.
Right.
Thirdly, cut all the drama around you. And fourthly, please have what you like. Take care of yourself. If doctor is telling you to eat it, please do not expect anyone to do anything for your own. Make your body clock in a such a way that, okay, this is what I have to do for my baby and myself. Once you from the inception of the baby, the soul in your body,
Right.
you have this strong instinct. A motherly instinct comes from somewhere which I don't know. I've realized it makes you become more stronger.
Correct.
You are always in that protective mode and fighting mode, and I don't know. It
comes.
happens. So
Right.
I had realized, my mom told me this. My mom really gave me a very good piece of advice that please take care of yourself.
Right.
Please do not expect anything from anyone.
Right.
It might hurt you, it might not hurt you, but it's who you have to take care of the baby. So start preparing it for now. Like, do it for self. So I remember doing things for myself. My husband was very supportive, no doubt, taking me to the doctor and everything. He's done all of it, and he's a commendable father, a very much hands-on daddy.
Right.
So I give a lot of credit to him also, because that's how we could we could think of a second one, and given the job I am in, we could manage both. So
Right.
he was very, very, very supportive. He's been very supportive since day one. So that was the first thing. And then when Paki arrived, I did not realize what has happened with me. To be very honest, people talk about postpartum.
Right.
It is there. It is there. Sometimes you feel that, suddenly you go to office and you have your life, and you get married, you still have your life, and suddenly 40 days in isolation because you realize
You have to recover and you have to heal
and then suddenly you realize, why did this happen? Why did you ask for it, or why did you sign up for this? Like,
right.
because
reality hits.
Reality
That's the
hits.
moment when reality hits.
Yeah. But then looking at my moments, and I think every mother goes through them, having the emotional turmoil wherein you don't know what to do. Maybe he's crying, screaming, and you're like, what should I do? Like, it happens,
Of course it does.
Still, it happens with my kids. Like, sometimes they're crying, screaming, and I'm in other room. I just don't want to handle them. Like, let the father take care.
Right.
It happens not because you don't want to, or you are against them, or there's something
or the
wrong.
love is less. It's not that
it's
at all.
not this.
Right.
Mother's love can't be compartmentalized.
Absolutely.
Like, if your mother is doing this, she's the right mother. If the mother is not doing this, she's not the right
mother. Right.
It's not about if I'm doing something and you are not, or vice versa. That makes you
any
less
better or
loving,
less.
less loving to your children, or vice versa. So I don't. There's no right or wrong.
Right.
Every person has its own journey. People from previous generation of us, they will say, we have done this, we have done that. The generation has changed. I can see that generational gap in those 4 years between my son and my daughter.
You're absolutely right. And I think even our parents or grandparents who have the best intentions in mind, no doubt.
Yeah.
But when they come forward and they share their experiences, they're talking from a very, very different perspective.
Correct.
Back then, most mothers were, very, very limited percentage of mothers might be working.
Yes.
Today, maximum percentage
Yes,
of mothers are actually working while they're also balancing their home.
Yeah.
Back then, it was all about managing home.
Yeah.
And even in that management of home, they would have a lot of children.
Yes.
And most of the times, the eldest will be managing the newer ones that's coming forward. We are moving into a more nuclear setup.
Yes.
We do not have the family supports. It may come and go. You know, it's more around that.
Yeah.
So tell me one thing. I know that this transition has happened, that we have all moved from a very different kind of a generational thinking to a very different kind of a generational thinking. How do you navigate them or handle them when they come forward to you and they don't really fit right with today's way of life?
I'll quote an example here. So my parents have been very strict, but herein I would like to give the due credit to my father.
Okay.
More. So he never let us sleep beyond 7:30, even on chuttis.
Okay.
So we used to really curse him, and why is he doing that and this and that? Why can't we sleep? Eventually I realized it helped me to shape a better disciplined life for myself first. When I became a mother, you are like one person with 10 hands and doing multitasking everything.
Right.
So now when I look back, I have also inculcated the same habit in my children. What happens that when they get up, the first thing I do is brush your teeth, go to the washroom, take your bath. Both the kids, even the younger one. It's a weekend or it's a weekday. My kids are ready by 8:30. That was a very old school thing, but it has helped me. That discipline also helped me in my work. Also helped me in pursuing my passion.
Right.
Because then I had the time, so I could plan things better.
Understood.
I am not a very, very late night person because I do not like, until unless there's some work calls or something is like
pressing
or something has happened and I need to be awake for it. I think that discipline or that consistent discipline really helped me. So whether they want to curse me, that's fine. But at least I want to set a precedent for them. Eventually they will do what they want to do.
Right.
Setting certain habits really helps them.
And setting them early on becomes a habit as well, because the later you target this,
it will not happen.
More difficult to get them.
The later you learn, for example, the later you learn driving or swimming or any other thing, we take time to process it. You put the kids in the swimming pool and they're bang on.
Yeah, true.
So the early, the better.
The better.
So again, I would also like to, like my mother, again, here and I go give the credit to my mother. She was very, very particular. The moment we enter from the school, we have to keep our bag in the place, the shoes in the place, the clothes we have to remove and put in the washing basket. And I remember one day I had taken out the tiffin out of my box or my bag, and my mother did not say a word, and she told me that, I don't have a box today, you will have to take in some dabba, the food, because you did not take it out. So that discipline also I want to inculcate. The first thing was change your clothes, put things in your place, and then show like what was the homework. And then by the time, we used to have our lunch, used to navigate like what has to be done.
Right.
Given that we are working these days and too much is happening, I still try to
inculcate that.
Because I think that has been a lifesaver.
So that's a positive thing that you have taken
Yes,
forward. What about something that actually calls out strongly as a generational gap? Once you become a mom,
Yeah.
there are so many times that I also disagree with my folks.
Yeah.
Because they probably brought us up in a particular way.
Yeah.
And it worked for them at that time. And whatever worked for that family then, and I was a part of that family then, it has been absorbed by me, no doubt.
Yeah.
But today, keeping that in mind, I still decide to do something differently for
Yeah.
my children, and it may not be always taken as a positive thing by them.
Yeah.
So, if such a situation, and I'm sure every mother faces that as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
every family faces that, how do you navigate that internally?
I have to put my foot down. My set of parents or my husband's set of parents, they have bought 2 kids very beautifully, which me and my husband are, and they must have done something right,
Right.
that we are well settled or where we are.
Correct.
So I do not say that they have been wrong, but yes, there can be some generational gaps. Like my father or like my set of parents or his set of parents, they want to pamper the child. I'm like okay, but bringing them a lot of things or sending them something, which I tell them sometimes that right now maybe you have that capacity to buy it. Maybe someday I don't. What if? What if that someday I don't?
Right.
And then you have pampered them with those gifts. For example, getting them a packet of sweets, which which ways is not good, but out of love they're doing it, and I'm okay with that love. I don't have any problem. But buying them expensive things or something like that, they have that habit of okay, we are used to this. This is part of the routine,
Right.
and then they will grumble, and that can be for anything. So I want to keep it very simple for my kids. I can afford an X thing, but I still don't want to afford it.
Because you want to teach them the right thing. These children belong to this family.
Yes.
And this family has certain way of ideas of what they expect as a harmony of that family.
Yeah.
And now that they're a part of this family, they have to wake up at a particular time, which is something that you want to inculcate. They have to buy certain things at certain occasional moments. And I think these are all, again, life lessons that you wish to pass on, because that's the system that works for you and your family.
Yeah, because the problem with today kids, it's not scarcity, it's abundance. Abundance is a problem. It's a very big problem, which I've seen.
True.
They will have one tiffin box, then they must have given some gift, must have come, they will want to open that. What is the use?
Right.
When we are talking about sustainability and we are not inculcating that, or recycling or sustainability or those fancy words in the system, in the ecosystem, but we are not doing that enough.
Correct.
How are you going to teach them? This I've learned very late in my life. But this has come with a lot of self-introspection, I would say. Gratitude is very important.
Being thankful
for whatever you have on your plate. People say we have a lot of problems. I say you have a house. I always tell my daughter, she will cry, oh, this has happened. I said, you have a roof on your top, you have good food on your plate. Lady, you have best of the clothes. Is there any scarcity of something? And I just asked her the other day, I said, just think what is not there with you. You will ask for one bag, there'll be 5 bags with Barbie, Elsa, whatever, Falana, like a lot of things. But the gratitude part is very important.
So these are the different aspects that you as a parent have been really guiding the children.
Yeah.
Now, when the children arrive, they come with a very different kind of a thinking, which sometimes makes you believe that, okay, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
They actually have those, you have those real strong moments that come into your life. So you have 2 that probably brought about those moments in your life.
Yeah.
So could you share one that seems to have stuck with you as a learning?
So the other day, I think I was on top of my voice with Pakhi, and because she was not listening and the time was running and she had a class and I was in a chaos and I had some calls. So a bad shape I was in.
Right.
So Zoe was standing there looking at what I'm doing. And I was shouting at Pakhi and I said, you're not doing this and that, you're not listening. And Zoe in his language, sign language, gibberish or whatever you say, He's like,
He was yelling at you?
yeah, he was copying me. Then I realized, okay, this is what I'm doing, and this is what he's picking up, and this is how he will do. So let's just put a full stop. Because
they're like a mirror, right?
They're like a mirror, but me being also me, I also repeat the same thing. It takes time for me, so I am not a perfect mother. I think
none of us are.
Yeah, we're just trying to be those
better versions of ourselves as we realize.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
So I think these two kids have definitely made me a better version, because firstly, they've cut all sorts of drama out of my life, because there's enough drama on my plate at this point of time.
Right.
And I've realized there are better things to look forward to.
Of course.
So this is what they've taught me. And earlier, my husband and me used to fight over small things. Now we don't have that time, because they take all the time. And then we're like, "ठीक है यार, कल ठीक
No, we are also better versions of ourselves. We don't fight.
We don't fight. Actually, we don't fight.
Couple of things that you said in passing. One of the important aspects, which I think I'll just bring it out here. You have to take care of yourself, because there is nothing that individuals can be. You can't depend on somebody for taking care of you.
Yes.
Unless you're a small child, of course, that dependency is expected.
Yes.
I think these days, parents, both mother and father, need to really become self-sufficient when it comes to their health.
Yes.
And the realization should be within that I have to make sure that my health is so good that I'm not dependent on another person, or expecting that the other person has to be around to manage me.
Yes.
And that sense of independence is another thing that we need to probably first be an example of ourselves, and then probably pass it on to our children too.
Yes.
So I know that you're a baker, and I know that you are into a lot of healthy way of baking and life. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what are these healthy aspects that you have applied in your life that you are also setting an example for your children?
I had seen a lot of diseases within my family, but my mother, she used to get in the morning, do yoga, and yoga now is very prevalent. I've seen her doing it
every day
for last 30 years, I mean. So she was always into this.
She's been the first example in your life. She's been the first
example, So she was the one. I used to sometimes question her and myself. Why are you getting up? Like, why are you doing this? And she was like, I am doing this so that I am self-sufficient to take care of others. Because if I am going bonkers, I'll not be able to take care of anyone else. And that has paid her off. Up and down, my father is hospitalized due to some of them. She is the one who's running the show, and with a very big smile. It is her health, it is her self-sufficiency, it is her awareness towards the right and wrong that has I have seen that, and that I have kind of inculcated. I think that really works wonders. I thought I'll not be able to come back to normal after both my pregnancies. After Paki and after Zoe, I thought I have become humongous, because you can't look at your body.
It's changed so much.
Yeah, and you are like, okay, now I was in XS, S, M, and now this is XL. So the gradual shift hits you somewhere. It's not about body shaming. It's about how you feel.
In your skin.
I am the person who has always been the thinner version. And then you're not happy with yourself. So once I delivered Paki, I had this conscious thing that, okay, I need to reduce weight. So I went 20 kgs down. I was very happy. Then again, I gained weight because I was not very consistent because of multiple reasons. Right. Then when I conceived Zoe, I was already overweight. So the doctor had told me, look, you are pre-diabetic on certain this thing, and because there's a family history, you need to reduce it. Once Zoe was out, after 6 months, I went killing it, and when people ask and tell you, how do you manage? I think that's the wonderful compliment, like, yes, I've done something good, So I made conscious efforts. I did diets, but that could only happen with consistency. Why I gained weight after reducing, after I delivered Paki, after 1 year, I was like bang on down with 20 kgs. But I did not maintain that.
Right.
So what was my learning from the last pregnancy to this one was, you need to be consistent. Right. And whenever you feel like having those namkeens and those bhujiyas and whatever, pick up a box of salad. Pick up like have soup.
Right.
Have soup, have something. Like I would always prefer healthy over unhealthy. It's not that I don't gorge onto it. I don't make it. I do make pizzas, I do make burgers, but depends what is going into it.
Right.
Instead of deep frying, do it shallow frying.
Right.
Instead of
Grill
making
it.
a aloo one, try to make it with something else, with the
something which is
rajma or the
healthier.
corn.
Right.
Always looking for healthier versions.
Right.
Like for my cakes, like I always, so whenever I bake anything, I always have my kids in my mind.
Right.
If I'm giving them maida, if I'm giving them sugar, how am I, can I replace it with desi khand? The one transformation which I did was, they have this habit of having sugar, so why not replace it with desi khand, which is available, than the refined sugar.
Right.
So it's not that things will happen in overnight, just small changes here and there. Children are also like that. Baby steps. So be the change you want to be. Yeah, that's how I put it. So I don't know, the only good thing is that you can just take few steps. Like I had this water phobia. I could not
Swim.
I could not swim. I could not get into the pool.
Right.
Like the one which is deeper.
Right.
Now, because of the health reason, I thought, why not try swimming? I started learning it. I took a break for 3-4 months. I'm back in it. And I think I'm enjoying it. Because I think anything and everything which makes your body feel good, which makes your mind feel good, firstly is one step towards calmness. It's important. Mind triggers all the diseases in your body.
True. Stress and
Gut does.
Gut does, and gut is at the second mind.
Second mind.
Second
yeah.
brain.
So I believe that is, though I have not done anything very suddenly, one day I feel, oh, I have to do this. No, they're very small steps.
But they're consistent and they're sustainable.
The only thing what I have believed in is discipline with consistency. I'm not saying discipline means don't watch movies, don't go out, just have that particular military type of an atmosphere at house. That is not discipline. Discipline is inculcating good habits with consistency.
And this should come from within, right?
Yeah.
Unless you truly want to make that change,
Yeah.
you will never put in the effort. Now,
Yeah.
for anybody, when you see a bowl of chocolate or snack,
Yeah.
depends on your inclination,
Yeah.
versus a bowl of salad when you're hungry,
Yeah.
you will probably have the first inner feeling
Yeah.
of jumping towards
Yeah.
the sweet or the salt.
Yeah.
And if at that moment there is that internal belief of, no, I really have to make this change within, is where you probably will push this away and pick that bowl of salad. And that change doesn't come when you're trying to tell another person you should do this. It should come from within.
Yeah.
That calling has to come from within.
Come from within. And also one thing, Shobhna, I would like to just pick it here. We all are busy.
Right.
It's not those moms who are sitting at home. We really have a lot of work, whether someone is doing their own thing, someone is there doing your own thing, and making it survive is another challenge.
Right.
The same way, being in a job, working every single day, working on weekends, having deadlines, and given the profession, like the background which I have, we there's a lot of stress around. Sometimes, it's easier to have a packet of chips than to cut that salad. So that because the healthy version will always be time taking and expensive. I'll put it.
That's true.
I just want to also highlight one thing which I also inculcating, just to add that if you really want to make few changes and you are not able to help yourself, and if you're not getting enough help within you, like wherever you are,
support,
at home or in office, start creating your own support systems. If you're not getting the right support, buy support, buy help.
Right.
Helps. Daycare. Hire them.
Yeah.
Train them. It's not always that even if you hire them, things will be as rosy as I'm telling. I also have my bad days.
Right.
Because hiring helps also is another challenge, given that we are in Bangalore. so
that's a story for another day.
That's story for another day. But you need to have the right set of support.
Right.
Even if it's money, please pay that.
Right.
That money will buy you peace of mind. And anything which is costing your peace, dude, is expensive.
Yeah, anything that costs your peace will be expensive, and eventually if your peace is something that takes a toll, then health issues come forward, and then anything that you wish to do also takes a back seat, because your health is driving everything.
I would say every mother here will have their chaotic days.
Right.
The bad days will be more than the good days.
True.
But how can the bad days can be like
not drive
you
next
crazy. Next day
phase.
also, yeah, the next day should also not be bad. With Pakhi, when Pakhi was growing up, I was like, what is happening? I can't manage this and that. And with Zoe, I'm like, it has to happen, and it'll happen. It'll bound to happen. So let it just be. Eventually, everything settles. So it's okay.
Yeah.
Everything will settle.
One of the things that you probably mentioned was daycare.
Yeah.
So I think there is this thinking process that a parent has to really come forward with, which is whether they should really keep a nanny at home who is going to be there 24/7, not just helping with the child, but also with other aspects of day-to-day work, versus sending a child to a daycare. Young on, there may be small babies who start daycare early. So what was your reason to pick a daycare over choosing a nanny at home?
So I do have a 24/7 help at home.
Okay.
But she is not for the kids.
Understood.
She's for other household things. But I consciously chose a daycare.
Okay.
We only do, my husband or me, diaper changing their clothes, getting them ready. Everything is done by us.
Right.
And in the morning, while I look at the kitchen, my husband takes care of the kids. And I would like he's the one who gave them that washroom training and everything. He was the one. So I did not have, I had zero contribution in that. He was the one. So you can realize that how we both kind of manage.
You really team up very well for this.
So he will get them ready in the morning, and I will give them like the lunch pack and this and that.
Understood. Right.
Even though
divide and rule.
So it's divide and rule, yeah.
Yeah.
And why I chose a daycare was because I think when they don't need elders after they are turning 1.
Right.
They are in that curious mode and they want to explore a lot of things. So I thought they are professionals, daycare. Given that again we are in Bangalore, if you tell a nanny that okay, please don't do this, she will be like, why they have restricted me to doing that. I've seen a lot of nannies. Yeah, I can't do that. I have picked up a lot of nannies here. They will show the child the phone. Given that there's so much of awareness about the screen time, which it hampers us also.
True.
Given that we are in front of laptops and mobiles and grabbing all the day, what impact will happen on them? And then I was like, if I can't tell anything to a nanny and she will not add any educational value in my child's growth,
correct,
rather I'll put him in a daycare when he learns things. It opens his mind at an early age. And I'm very happy I took that decision, because even though my daughter is 6, although they say that the elder child always makes fuss about eating, Zoe is pretty cool about it. He knows that it's dinner time. He'll pull a chair, sit there with his plate and everything
set.
And the daycare he goes, they give him lunch,
right? And
I was stunned to look at him in the camera that he's eating it very properly, keeping his shoes and telling that his diaper needs to get changed.
Right.
I don't think a nanny can do that. Although again, each one has their own circumstances.
Of course.
Everyone has their right or wrong. Yes, some people say that he'll pick up a lot of fever
right.
And it happened with both Pakhi and both Zoe, because Pakhi started going to school and after that daycare when she was 3 when we moved here, and Zoe started early. But eventually they'll pick it up from anywhere.
Whenever they begin, they will pick it up.
And there's no surety that the nanny who comes, if one day your nanny is not coming because she's having fever, there's some family emergency, there's no backup you have. In daycare, the daycare guys will think what backup they need to. At least I'll send my child. My work it's delegated, they're professionals, and any day you feel that there's something which is a concern to you, you can always raise that alarm that this is what is my concern, so please take care. So I think bunch of professionals handling a child versus one individual handling, and she might be on phone and many other things, which maybe it's not her fault, but you don't want it in your life. Again, cut the drama. I always believe in it.
I think kids also learn far more when they're surrounded by other children.
Yes,
they learn more from children.
Yeah.
So I think even for Zoe, he's probably picking up far more from Pakhi than he would be from you guys. So when you say that he's not listening to you, he's probably still listening to Pakhi on many occasions.
Yes.
Do you see that happen?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about their relationship.
Pakhi is an adorable sister, but Zoe is the naughty one. I would say. He is one tail, like he's always after Paki's life. What Paki has, he wants. What Paki does not have, he still wants.
What Paki picks is the best toy in her hand.
Is the best. So Paki, if Paki tells him that Zoe, come, let's go, he will go. And if one day I have scolded Zoe and he starts crying, he'll go to Paki. And then Paki will kind of soothe him. Okay, you're my little brother and all that. And
it's okay, mom is like that.
Mom is like that. And then when I'll tell him, Zoe, come back to me, let me give you a hug. He'll be like, no, I am not coming to you. So Paki that way takes over the role.
Mom, don't worry, I will take it. I hear that from my older one all the time. If I am trying to correct you one, the younger one, for something, and I'm like, you one, this is not how you do it. Dash, there's so many occasions, Dash comes forward and says, Mom, wait, I know how to handle this. And he actually then takes a conversation forward and puts it down in such a way that you one is like very, very carefully listening, absorbing and understanding and applying. And I'm like, why am I needed?
Why am I needed? Actually, you should be happy. I'm just waiting for these two guys to grow a little older, and then I'm like, why am I needed? You can't just go out.
No, I mean, that's also a learning curve, Like, there is a time when you're really needed by them, and that it is a fraction of a second of a realization where it hits you that you're really not needed anymore. It's not that I'm upset about it. I've waited for that moment. But when that happens, there is a little bit of that for you to be okay with I'm not needed and be happy that you're not needed. So there is a small jump that you also... A learning curve, a milestone that you have to hit as well as a parent, because I don't think
that is also not very easy to accept. Not very easy.
It isn't.
Because from the time when Paki was small to the cuddles I used to give her, now they're becoming less. I feel that. I feel that. And when she has her grandparents around, any set of grandparents or her friends or some guests who are living with her, she's not bothered where mama is. I think I see a lot of reflection of myself in her. So I'm still okay. I'm trying to
she's like me.
She's like me. So accepting myself in terms of having Paki in front of me is a thing.
So tell me, how you said that Zoe listens to Paki more. How was it when Zoe, you were pregnant with Zoe, and how was it with Paki? Was she comfortable knowing that a sibling was coming? Because there are parents who have experienced varied emotions from the older child suddenly seeing that the attention is being shifted or divided. Did you feel that? And if you did, how did you tackle that?
So she was excited for the baby. When the baby arrived, both me and Supreet were very conscious that we need to give her more attention. I remember the day very clearly. I was in the hospital and she had a very, her body language was very different.
Right.
So then I kind of hugged her and kissed her and kept the baby aside for a moment and just tried to hold her. And till date, it happens that if I kiss Zoe a bit more, because he's in that stage, chubby and you cuddly and you just want to hug him, and he's like, you are not kissing me, you are just kissing Zoe. I said, you need to come to me and sit with me for me to do it.
Right.
So then both of them will come and they will jump on me. I like that. I like playing with them. There's some days when she's not able to understand why I'm feeding Zoe. The other day I was just feeding him with rice and Paki was looking at it. I said, you want me to feed you? No, I'll feed him. Let me feed Zoe. So, but you can see that. But she might feel a bit deprived after Zoe coming in, that the love has shifted, and because she say everything which I get, Zoe also has to get. All that drama happens. But then we try to make her understand. Also, she's in a phase where she is not listening more often. So I have to scold her. So that also adds fire to the fuel, that she will say that, I am the one being scolded and he gets all the cuddles. And so it has to be balanced. Someday I compromise, someday she does. But we are just, I have just not still
taking
reached
a day
by day. But because I have not reached to that conclusion where I can say I've managed it beautifully.
I don't think anybody can. Okay, so Tashmin, that has been really enlightening, and the wisdom comes directly from the source. I always say that. So, So we are now going to move out of the deep diving mode that we were in and move to this fun element called the rapid fire round.
Okay.
So as you can see that there is an app in front of you.
Yes.
Here you have to hit this button called draw.
Okay.
And a random number is going to pop up on the screen. Now I have a few questions here which are associated to that number.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you that question. So you have to really answer super fast.
Okay, cool.
Okay, 14. Your most effective weapon against your child rebellions.
Sometimes shouting.
Shouting always works.
Yeah, I'm being honest, I can't help it. Although these days it's gentle parenting. But this is the...
I gently shout.
I gently shout.
8. Which song from their playlist is stuck on repeat in your head?
Lover by Diljit Dosanjh.
Oh my god!
So we are all Diljit's fan.
Awesome! 36. Your child's art style. A natural genius or too advanced to be appreciated in their own time?
I would go with Paki, like for the second one.
Too advanced to be
Yeah.
appreciated in their own time.
Yeah.
6. What's the one thing you loved carrying in your handbag before motherhood but had to sacrifice for your child's daily chaos kit?
Hand cream. Because I have seen such incidences where I'm not aware that the whole hand cream is just out on the bed and from my bag to the bed.
I shall remove the drama and mess from my life.
I am totally into it. I am just practicing it.
At every moment.
Yes,
including handbags.
every moment. Every moment.
Awesome. Alright, 9. Have you ever bribed one sibling to spy on the other?
Yes. The answer is yes. Because when Zoe is not making any noise in the house, I definitely feel that he's up to something. Then I have to send Paki, please, I'm just having a nap. Can you just watch over him? I'll give you this.
Ah, nice. 20. What's the one parenting task you both pretend to forget so the other one has to do it?
Changing diapers.
You didn't change it?
Yes.
27. A snack you stock up often for yourself in the pretext of being your child's favorite.
Makhanas.
We choose makhanas over chips any day.
Yes, makhanas are like...
Wow.
Wow.
They are amazing.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But if there's some, I would say if we have like ordered pizza and there's some leftover pizza, that is something
It was eaten up by while you were away.
While you were away. And then she's like, there was some pizza. I just ate it.
You snooze, you lose.
Yes, exactly. And that happens with my husband also. Maybe, I am looking for something he's already eaten it, or vice versa.
22. A thing or a toy you wish was never invented but is your child's favorite.
I think these days, for Paki, I would say, there's this makeup boxes coming for girls.
Oh.
I am not against anyone, but it's not
for them.
It's not for them. Like,
they're too young.
They have to gradually mature with their age. Otherwise, their innocence, it's already, we're losing it.
They are, they are growing up much.
Yeah. I don't think that
exposure is so much more these days.
We were not that exposed to, and that kept us skin also, better. Any day.
You're right. 28. What's your all-time most effective bribe?
Chocolate, or I would say box of colors.
Wow.
That's how Paki, going to a stationery shop and choosing, can I buy this, and
so that she can make an art which is too advanced to be appreciated in her own time.
Yeah, agreed.
7. The number of times you have used this line post motherhood. By the way, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Every day.
What triggers it? Everything.
Everything, yeah.
Alright, 32. The worst parenting advice you were given.
I've heard that, you should not be very strict with your children, let them do whatever they want. But I want to inculcate the right set of habits.
Discipline to have
the right set of, so that their life in future becomes smooth.
It's a critical aspect or a critical life lesson.
Yeah, it's like, let them do whatever they want, let them take the bath at their own time. Like my husband only tells me, ho jayega, kar lenge, dekh lenge, just take a chill pill. But it's not only them taking a bath. Like I can't take a chill pill in that regard. It's not an advice. He just tells me to slow down, which is okay and which I agree to. But I believe that, if their routine is not set, my routine will go for a toss. And then you will not get lunch at lunchtime. You'll not get dinner at the dinner time.
Right.
You'll not get. So there are a lot of planning which goes into it, and which people fail to see.
I think we are very closely knit to their routines at this point, which is
Yeah.
why if our routines basis our expectations are
Yeah.
not going our way, is where we start losing that peace of mind.
Yeah.
Oh, Tashmin, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I think it was a very deep and honest conversation. And I really appreciate the honesty that you've come forward with.
Thank you, and
So-
thank you so much for considering me for this podcast, because it's a great platform to, sometimes it's not what we learn from, a family. It's sometimes what you learn from when you see a lot of moms having the same issue. We're all sailing in the same boat.
Correct.
It's just a matter of how you're handling those, how how much have you specialized in the crisis management, I would say that. So it's crisis,
It is crisis, and it is not really about
and you're not prepared for it.
nobody is. Even
Yes.
I think all of us sitting here and talking about it, also it's just that we give suggestions, we give ideas because something has worked for us.
Yes.
And it hopefully will make a difference in somebody else's way of life, because they are still struggling to understand what might work.
Yeah.
And understanding 2-3 different mothers and their perspectives just opens up such a beautiful thing in
Yes,
yourself.
yes.
You handle things far more easily, and knowing that you're not alone. I
Yes,
think this
yes.
is a very critical thing that all of us are facing, exactly
Agreed, the same thing.
all the guilts and concerns.
Emotional
and-
breakdowns also is one thing.
True.
I used to have a lot. Now I think there are emotional breakdowns, but they're like, it's okay.
It's okay, it'll pass.
It'll pass.
Right.
It'll pass. It eventually has to. Everything has to
Has
pass.
to pass. True.
So
This podcast and the rapid fire rounds that we do has to come to its beautiful conclusion with hamper.
oh, nice. I feel like a celebrity.
Yeah, you are. The fact that you are into health and wellness yourself and you do that very closely at home, I call it the ZenMums Golden Powder. It's very good for your skin.
Okay.
It has all the natural ingredients in it.
So this is the quick way of, quick and natural way.
Quick and natural way
to look
of
beautiful.
skin health.
Yes. Even if you have 2 kids.
Even if you have 2
Two
kids.
kids.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Tashmin. It was
Thank you,
wonderful having
Shobhna.
you here.
Thank you so much for calling me.
My name is Shobhna, and I'm the founder of ZenMums.org, a platform dedicated to the holistic wellness of women and mothers of all ages and stages.